This week on SailAway.
Got an early morning. Well, early for us. We're trying to get to San Juan today in a timely manner.
Getting out of here.
Cool.
Breakfast on the run. We make our way along the daunting north coast of Puerto Rico to San Juan.
And we're going to be anchored like right next to Old San Juan. I think it should be cool. We're going to try to stay there about a week, I think. We haven't approached a site like that in a long time.
And a surprisingly windy passage gives us plenty of time to reflect on our original grand sailing plans involving Puerto Rico. And my, how they've changed.
Cheers! Passage drink, San Juan.
We got a special thing today. I'm very excited.
What's up?
Hi.
And we get to reconnect with old sailing friends. We take part in the age-old San Juan tradition of kite flying.
Kite her down!
And as we show you the sights of our favorite Caribbean city of Old San Juan, we find ourselves somehow in the middle of a peaceful protest. And bombarded by some extremely hungry pigeons.
Ever wish you could escape normal life and experience more of the world?
So maybe on that island. Well, we did just that. We sold everything we owned on dry land and sailed away. Promise me that we'll sail away.
Now we are roaming the planet in search of new adventures and sharing it with you every week.
Just promise me that we'll sail away. So hit subscribe and escape normal with us. And I'll be yours forevermore. Come on, it's just that little button down there. That's it.
Got an early morning. Well, early for us. We don't usually move the boat before 9 o'clock. We're trying to get to San Juan today in a timely manner. How long of a trip is it?
What did I say, 6 hours?
6 hours, cool.
Yeah, I think that's at 6 knots, and we're going downwind with almost no wind. So we're have to motor sail a good bit. And just in case we're slow, I don't want to get there too late. Getting out of here.
Cool.
Breakfast on the run.
Yep.
Child's still asleep.
Yep.
Until we start that motor up.
Yeah.
I want to, he sleeps right through that too, so I don't know. We'll see what he does.
Got some new fun things at West Marine and Walmart. Hopefully we can catch something today.
Alright, we're off the bottom.
The instruments are off.
Yeah, something I meant to mention, but I didn't feel like yelling it, is you go back into neutral, and I'm still raising anchor, then put it in neutral and rev it up so that the battery is putting out, or so the motor's putting out a little bit of juice. And that seems to help that issue when we leave in the mornings and our batteries are a little low.
It's cool, just flying blind here for a minute. Big. The general track that we came in, and the boat going through right now. So if we just follow where they went, should be fine. Oh hey!
Hey, what's up?
How you doing?
Morning! Morning, Schwab! Old San Juan. Got the motor, Schwab. Well, this is probably the nicest sailing we're going to have all day. We're at about 12 knots, just a little bit forward of the beam. It's so nice right now. Just cruising up to the northeast corner of Puerto Rico. It's freaking beautiful. over there is Isla Iquitos, which we're skipping this time around. It looks really beautiful, but it's also a total party island. People just pull their boats up, anchor super close to shore, and let it rip. Not exactly our scene with our 5-year-old, but there's a lot of kids involved during the days. Maybe next time when we're coming back around here after hurricane season. But today we're just ready to get to San Juan. Been a long time since we've been to San Juan, and that time we were doing reconnaissance to live there. So that's pretty cool to have seen all this stuff again. These are all the marinas that we checked out then to see where we were going to keep Layla. And God, we just loved old San Juan. It was so cool. And we're going to be anchored like right next to old San Juan and El Morro Fort, all that stuff. So I think it should be cool. We're going to try and stay there about a week, I think, assuming everything works out well. Lauren's getting Rivers all set up to catch us some fish. He has real lures on his rod now, man. No more messing around. Rivers, this is your primary goal. Catch us some dinner. Get settled in, I'll make some breakfast.
Easier to hold on to that way.
Meals underway, especially when sailing hard, are always a challenge. And Lauren's gotten very good at not only coming up with simple meals, but things that are handy to eat. Meet the breakfast quesadilla. Perfect wake-up food for a rockin' sailboat.
Did we do it? It is probably a barracuda. Look at the big barracuda.
Oh, we got a fish?
Yeah, but we gotta put them back.
Wow, look at that.
Whoop, there you go. Just like that.
Pretty well.
Yep.
That was our first time catching a fish.
In a long time, at least
In a
like
while.
a year.
City ho, land ho. Haven't approached a site like that in a long, long time. Well, we got some pretty decent wind here for this last hour or so, maybe a little more. Sailing in and dodging freighters. Got one that just came out of the channel right there. Got another one right up there heading in. All of the north coast of Puerto Rico is pretty beautiful. La Perla just looks so rad from out here.
Finally sailing into the inlet for San Juan Harbor was something I'd been looking forward to for quite a few years. Not only is it arguably the most epic channel entrance in all of the Caribbean, but since our plans to move to Puerto Rico got derailed years ago, it felt like a long time coming.
It's a little sporty.
A little bit, yeah. Coming into a north coast harbor like this, I guess there's just no way around it. There's hardly any wind today, but that swell builds up from the Atlantic on over. And turning the corner, it's always kind of weird. It's not bad though.
I can see the light
Yeah, that's a port right there. That's where everybody flies their kites up there.
now. I want to see out there.
When we think back to those plans of living in a house in Puerto Rico and sailing out of our home base of Fajardo to check out the Caribbean, we can't help but shake our heads at how many things have changed since then.
What? That is a giant.
It's a big one, isn't it?
How different would our lives have been had those plans not been derailed by a hurricane? Or would we have simply taken a different route to get to exactly where we are right now? No way to know. What I do know is our plans are meaningless to whatever gods may be. And that's okay, because we're pretty happy with the detour we were given.
Hey, we're here.
Made it. We only anchored 3 times.
It's not the roomiest anchorage, considering that it's anywhere from 30 to 40 feet deep. These boats have to be anchored fairly short. Some are on balls, and some are hard to tell what they're on. Here we are.
What are you gonna make me for a passage drink?
What do we want for our first passage drink in San Juan?
Rum?
Yeah. Cheers! Passage drink, San Juan.
Passage drink.
San Juan. Pretty thriving kids sailing scene, looks like. Opties, 420s, and lasers, oh my. Been buzzing us ever since we got here, pretty much. Makes for a nice backdrop for our sundowners, that's for sure. Not to mention a couple J30s that look like they're teaching some people to race too. Pretty sweet.
Alright, we got a special thing today. And I'm very excited. Are you excited?
I'm very excited, yeah. I'm just texting with Glenn and Jasmine on Alibi. No longer on Alibi, but they're still here, even if Alibi is not. They're visiting and they're vacationing in Rincon,
Yeah.
I guess, all week. And so we're going to meet up with them for some fun and lunch. And they're going to give us bacon and gin and juice and stuff that they couldn't use for the rest of their vacation. So, score.
Cruiser friends are friends even when they're no longer cruisers.
You may know them from such videos as number
92,
and also number
95,
and then also number
105.
Basically, they were with us all throughout the Bahamas last year. So, we'll figure out what they're doing now. And
just sort it out.
stay tuned.
What's up?
Alibi and that guy.
Speaking of derailed plans, our good friends Glenn and Jasmine from the boat Alibi are a pretty good example. They had planned to cruise with us deep down into the Caribbean, but COVID and other factors made them change their plans as well. And we do take issue with the gods for that one, because we sure do miss these guys. After touring the epic grounds of El Morro, it was time to indulge in an age-old pastime there. Kite flying. Something we know nothing about. The consistent easterly trade winds and the sprawling grounds of El Morro make for perfect kite flying conditions, and it's been a pastime here for decades. Turns out, however, there is a definite craft to kite flying, and apparently we need to brush up on it.
We are back to El Morro for a very specific purpose today. Kite flying. Hopefully we don't lose the kite. Release the tail! That's Marshall. It's kind of hard to tell. He's getting beat around pretty hard.
Here's Marshall.
Almost. Hold on.
Come on, Marshall.
Ready? Ready? Marshall can only do about that much. Anything else and he gets overwhelmed.
Well, we got one working. Kite her down! Kite her down! Good job, Rivers, you didn't let go! I told him that was the #1 rule.
How's our kite success?
I mean, I think about as successful as every other kite experience I've had since I was 10. Rivers is a little disappointed that he can't ride the kite into the air. I wasn't aware that that was what he expected. He tried both kites, neither would support his weight.
San Juan is a vibrant city full of amazing architecture, beautiful sculptures, and interesting art everywhere you turn, not to mention great food on every corner. And El Morro seems to be somewhat the crown jewel of this entire city. The fort itself is beautiful and impeccably renovated, and everywhere you turn, there's another breathtaking view.
Quick stop at a playground. I gotta say, it's pretty overwhelming to be back in a big city after 2 years of not being around this many people and COVID. So it's just a little overwhelming.
Donados por la familia Lungetti al gobierno de Puerto Rico con fines de que el gobierno creara una escuela para educación. Fácil, más de $30 millones. Especializada únicamente para los corruptos de este país. Venderla. Esto parece desde 1493.
Mira, que él tiene
Pero podemos poner
Compelling footage.
Lo pago.